Lights, camera, action. A Parisian apartment, stark and empty. A man's been holed up for 2 whole days, glued to a window like a lovesick teenager. This ain't your average romantic getaway. This is the killer, a hitman so smooth, he makes James Bond look clumsy. He's waiting, see? Waiting for his next victim. The only problem? He's got less info than a goldfish. No ETA, just a whole lot of nothing. So, what's a professional assassin to do? Yoga, of course. And maybe a cheeky croissant. Then, bam, a call from Hodes, the guy who pays the bills and the bullets. Target arrival, 2 days, maybe, could be sooner, could be never. Talk about a scheduling nightmare. Our man's patience snaps like a twig, phone slamming ensues. Back to the window, back to the waiting game. Emotionless, he reminds himself, gotta stay cool. This guy's a legend, you know? A secret hit list longer than your arm, and not a single slip up. Then, one evening. Bang! Someone knocks, and our trigger-happy friend is instantly on high alert. Weapon raised, ready to unleash, but the intruder's just tossing trash. Talk about a near miss. Later, he's pacing like a caged tiger, watch ticking every 5 minutes, the pressure's building. He spots a servant prepping a room across the street, bingo. Target's arrival imminent. Rifle ready, he gets a bead on his mark, a mega-rich, globe-trotting businessman. But wait, a stunning woman and some entertainer are with him. The killer squeezes the trigger, bam, but nerves get the better of him. The bullet glances off target, hitting the wrong woman. Oops. Time to make a hasty retreat, he's hopping on his motorcycle, dumping incriminating evidence in the sewers as he speeds away. Picture this, a garbage truck, parked. Our guy hops out, casually strolls across a bridge, and tosses his helmet into the river. Talk about dramatic exits. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the fuzz are sniffing around, airports on lockdown. Busted. So, what does our resourceful killer do? Fake ID, flight ticket, a new life, almost. Then, bam, an angry call from his boss, Hajjaz. Failed mission? Hajjaz is not happy. Severe consequences are promised. Things are getting tense. On the plane, creepy vibes, a suspicious dude is staring him down. The tension is palpable. Transit airport, same dude. Killer's not taking any chances, airport hotel for the night. A little cat and mouse, but no confrontation. The next morning, he makes a clean getaway, Dominican Republic, here he comes. Clever, cunning, and slightly unhinged. He ditches the scene, floors it to Magda's countryside crib in his sweet ride. It's a trek, but phew, he arrives to find, wait for it, weird footprints and butts galore. Red alert. Weapon drawn, he creeps inside. Total chaos. Furniture's flipped, blood splattered, but Magda's vanished. Hospital dash. Bad news, Magda's in intensive care. He grills Magda's pal, Marcus, 2 goons, a big dude and a skinny chick, showed up in a cab and, well, you get the picture. He's furious, heartbroken, and ready for payback. Marcus got a promise, no more Magdala mayhem. And Magdala, awake and sassy, she swears she kept his secret, despite some serious grilling. Our hero, fuming mad, digs up his arsenal, backyard style. Next morning, it's investigation time. He strong-arms a taxi boss, spill the beans, pal. And learns Leo Rodriguez drove the baddies to Magdala's place. He finds Leo, all innocent, by the curb. Nice day, eh? Click. Gun out. Secluded spot. Now talk. Leo's sweating bullets, describing the two very bad passengers. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a wild ride. Marcus spilled the beans about a hidden woodland spot, and Leo, practically shaking in his boots, confirmed every chilling detail. Identity protection? Check. But our killer? He's one step ahead, deciding to neutralize Leo before tackling the main target. Next stop, New Orleans. A van rental, sneaky, huh? To bypass Hajjaz's fortress like office security. A quick detour to the storage unit for fake IDs, a license plate straight out of a movie, and even some tools to dress up as a recycling worker. Genius, or completely insane? You decide. He waltzes into Hajjaz's office like he owns the place, gun pointed at poor Dolores, the poor secretary, who's now leading this maniac straight to the big boss. Hajjaz tied up tighter than a drum, Dolores is locked away, and the interrogation begins. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a wild ride. The killer, fuming about that Magdala Hodges attack, confronts Hodges, who swears he didn't order it. Blames it all on the killer's supposed Paris flop. Enraged, the killer unleashes his fury, smashing Haji's laptop, bye-bye mission records. Then, things get really messy. He tries to force information out of the already battered Hodges, using a tool. But poor Hodges is beyond help. So, the killer turns to Dolores. She's got the goods, but wants a little favor in return: fake her death as an accident for the life insurance. Reluctantly, he agrees. Hodges ends up in a dumpster, and at Dolores' place, a hidden treasure trove of files reveals a whole network of hitmen, all hired by Hodges, including the Magdala attackers. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a wild ride. We've unmasked the mastermind, the client who orchestrated this whole Parisian hit. Our killer, so satisfied, staged a perfect fall, a twisted neck on the stairs. Clever, huh? But the real showstopper? Dismemberment. Ferry rides to the deep blue sea, clandestine burials. This guy's practically a one-man cleanup crew. Next stop, Florida. Hunting down the Brute, a muscle-bound menace. But even he couldn't handle a pit bull. So, our clever killer? Drugged meat. Genius. He waited until the Brute was home, tossed the tainted treats, and, well, let's just say the Brute's going to have a very interesting morning. Things didn't go exactly according to plan, folks. Our villain, the Brute, sensed a rat, and boy, did he get into a brutal brawl. Despite his impressive combat skills, our killer managed to put him down, bang. A gunshot. The dog went ballistic, but our assassin handled that too. Then, poof, the Brute's house went up in flames, a neat and tidy cleanup job. A few days later, it's off to New York to take on the next target, the expert. He patiently stalks her, follows her to a fancy restaurant. She offers him a suspiciously delicious meal, but our man's too smart for that: poison, chamoisin. He drags her out, and the story continues. Part. He whacked her, then a few days later, this dude, our killer, hightails it back to Paris. He's got a bone to pick with the guy who hired him, thinking they double-crossed him with Hodges, payback for a botched job. So he finds this high roller's apartment, but the door's locked tighter than a drum. No sweat, though, he orders a fake key online. Gotta love the internet, right? And while he waits, he hits the gym. Yep, blending in like a pro. Meanwhile, he's stocking up on illegal weaponry from the criminal underworld. Big showdown coming. The next morning, fake key arrives. He uses a worker's ID to copy the key pattern, smooth operator. And bam, he's inside. Faces the client, whips out his contract killer business card. I kid you not. The client's face, pure confusion at first, then terror. The hard man, Hodges' enforcer. The client spills the beans. Hodges strong-armed him for extra cash.